and welcome back to our channel. Today we are here with Jeannie Basset, who is a past KLR student from pretty recently, actually. And we are going to chat with her about her new career as a certified pharmacy technician and get to know her a little bit. Jeannie, thanks so much for being here today.
Hey, Katie. Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here. How
Yes,
are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I feel like we haven't had a lot of chance to talk since you finished the course,
Yeah.
which was when?
It was June 25th.
Man, time flies then, because
Yes.
I feel like June was like I feel like you were just in class, and then I think June, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's almost Christmas. That was 6 months ago. So
Yes.
um we are excited to chat with you. I remember the day you passed your test, and I remember being, where was I? think I was in Missouri.
You
Um,
were.
and then yeah, and you called, and we were just so proud of you and so excited. I know Miss Naomi was with me the same day, and so we were able to talk to you together. Um,
Yes.
so I want you to just kind of introduce yourself. I want you to talk about how you found KLR, and then tell us what made you decide to take the pharmacy course, and what was your experience with KLR overall?
Absolutely. So how I first heard about PLR, I was a student at Goodwill. I was a student at Goodwill. I was in the process of being on my last term, and Katie had came in and introduced the program to us. Um, I was selected to do the program because I had interest in being a RN. I wanted to be an RN, but I also had to come to the realization that's not my lifestyle. I need something where I don't have to be hustle and bustle. It's just so I still wanted to be in healthcare. I just didn't want to have to deal with the strenuous work of an RN. And just knowing that RN would take a lot of time away from my children versus pharmacy tech. I could still be in the healthcare, still help people, and still balance my work and home life.
Definitely, definitely. What was your experience with KLR?
Um, so when I first, I was nervous because I was the only one from DC there.
You're our first DC student, yeah.
Yes, I was extremely nervous, but when I say I've never been in a space where it was so supportive, um, so informative, the communication was immaculate. Um, it wasn't no 2 to 3 business days. It was literally like 2 minutes later, we have a response from you.
Good.
um, the class was just, it was, to be honest, it was amazing. You would think that because it's like only 8 weeks that you wouldn't learn as much, but you learn so.
It
You
is,
learn.
I feel like we pack a lot in there, and I feel like it's all about like how much you want to take out of it too. Like, there are certain things that you can dig deeper into and spend more time on and really learn in that class, as opposed to like flying by them or trying to get out of them. And even though it's only 8 weeks, like you said, like we pack a lot into it. And would you say that it's hard?
Um, I can't say that. And I say that because it depends on the person.
Yeah,
You have
I
to.
always tell people it's not hard, but it's incredibly time consuming. And
It's
so
very time consuming,
it's a commitment for sure.
and it's a mental thing. If your head isn't in it, you're not going to succeed in it. You have
Absolutely.
to. You have to actually put in the work and the dedication, and you actually have to want to do this.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. So, where do you work now? I want to know all about your new job. What's your title? What are your hours looking like? Tell me all about it.
So I work at Giant Food Store Pharmacy as a retail pharmacy. Um, I started working there actually August 9th. So I've been there for a little while.
Almost 3 months
um,
already.
yeah, it's I've been there for a while. And I'm actually at one of the busiest locations.
Okay.
So my job title at this moment I'm in dispensing.
Okay.
I do dispensing, I do the pulling of the product, counting, all of that stuff. Um I love it. I actually love what I do. Just
Good.
knowing Learning about just different medications and how that helps a person, and just the whole customer interaction for me.
Yes, yes. And
I
if you
love
are somebody who wants to work with people, retail pharmacy is a really great way to get, be in the healthcare field. Not, if you want to be a nurse, like you said, you can work your way through school doing something like this. And if you decide that that's not what you want, pharmacy is a great career to have long term.
right.
Um, but if you definitely want to be in pharmacy and you like people, I think retail is definitely the place to be, because you just see so many people from so many different walks of life every single day. And I think that what they say, and we talk about it in class too, but it's like the pharmacy tech is generally the first person a patient sees. And it's so true. Like literally, you're the one that's going to be standing there. You're generally the one that's like literally talking to them and helping them and answering their questions, and greeting them. And so you get to know those people when they're coming back every single month for the same medications. And
Exactly.
you notice when they're having an off day, or you notice when their spouse isn't with them anymore, and you notice when they're walking a little differently,
Right. Or
or when
even a
they're
phone
feeling a little
call. Like,
different.
even if you're on a phone call, they might call in and you have to refill a prescription for them, or they tell you, like, okay, this is a true story. Just the other day, was it yesterday? It was Sunday. I was at work and a lady had called, and she was just worried about, her not getting her medicine. We don't do mail outs anymore, right? But she was a 71-year-old lady. She just really needed her medicine. She didn't have no way. So I asked my pharmacist, and my pharmacist was like, we'll just send it to her. And when I told her, she just like squealed in excitement, and it made me cry
Aw,
because
because it's a nice
it's not,
feeling to help
yes,
somebody that
something
you've
so
grown to care
small can
about.
just, exactly.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, that was a true.
That's awesome. What are your hours looking like there in retail life?
Whew. So, I do kind of mid shift. I work from 12 to 8. I work every other weekend, but sometimes lately I've been working 12 days straight. Um, only be only because I want to.
That's a lot
Because
though.
I
Yeah,
feel like,
that's a lot. And if you want to, I feel like that's the other thing to mention, that man, retail pharmacy is going nowhere. And if you are looking for a lot of hours, that is the place to be.
because I've ranged around about 48 hours a week.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I feel like the more I'm there, the more I learn.
Absolutely.
So it's a win-win for us in the company, for me and the company.
That's good. That's really cool. What are your favorite things about being a pharmacy tech?
As I mentioned before, just the people. Just knowing that with every prescription I fill, I'm honestly truly helping someone's life a little easier. Um, yeah, like I said, just people interaction. Knowing I have a hand in someone having an extra day, an extra month, an extra year.
That's
So
awesome. That's awesome. I love that answer. What do you find the most challenging? What are some things that you would definitely go?
insurance.
Insurance. Oh my God. Yes, insurance. My least favorite part of retail pharmacy life was insurance and the insurance companies and sitting on the phone and fighting with them.
The PAs, the
It's a
it's
lot. It's a lot.
a lot.
Yeah, prior authorizations and just like all the rules and regulations and what they're going to cover and when they're going to cover it and why they're not going to cover it. And then trying to go back and explain that to your patient so that they understand it and they realize like it's really hard sometimes to get people to understand like, hey, this wasn't us. Like we are
Yeah,
not choosing to not fill your medication. We just can't. And so yeah, that's
yeah, that
definitely
part.
a challenging piece. Yeah.
And
What?
that takes it. You have to have a lot of patience, and a lot of patience in retail pharmacy is important because you're not going to have pleasant customers all the way through. The patience is not going to be pleasant all the way through, but you just have to know you can't fight fire with fire. If you see that they're already irritated, don't add on to the irritation.
Love.
Just try to
Right.
just continue to be happy, smile, just do whatever you can to fix the problem. Don't get irritated because they're irritated. It's not going to work.
Well, and
Mm.
I think again, it just goes back to like remembering like, yeah, they're irritated and maybe they're being really rude and snapping at you, but they could be picking up medication because they just found out they have cancer, like, or their
Exactly.
spouse is very, very ill, like, somebody in their family. And so there's always a story that we don't know anything about behind
Exactly.
doors. And I think just remembering in this field, this career field, to like always be compassionate and have just that respect for other people. And then just the professionalism that you were mentioning, like, you cannot fight fire with fire. That's so right. And I think it's really important to realize, like, this is your job. And I don't care how you act outside of the pharmacy doors, but
Right.
when you are at work, you have to be able to, keep a calm attitude about you, even with the insurance company who might be really making you mad and the phone is ringing 1,000 times and you've got people backed up and lined up. And yeah, you just have to like really be patient. What are some of the drugs? Okay, so we talked about different top 200 drugs in class. What are some of the drugs you see in the pharmacy the most often? Can you name like maybe three or four?
Atorvastatin. Um,
Atorvastatin. Guys, if you're listening to this and you're currently taking the class, comment below and let us know what is atorvastatin used for. You should know that based on your drug clues. So at the end, you hear that statin and you should know what that's used for. Comment below and let us know. What else do you see a lot, Jeannie?
Lisinopril, um, Alazepam. Um, so yeah, like those fly off the shelves.
Yes, yes, like
Yeah.
the fast movers. Yes.
hmm
And what are some of the things you learned in class that you are now using in your career? I know retail pharmacy, there's so much that we learned in that class that I feel like you're probably using on a day-to-day. I know you said you're doing dispensing. Are you doing data entry?
So it depends. It depends on like the staff in the day.
Mhm.
If I have to do data entry, I might do it. But I mainly do dispensing, like again, pulling the medication, counting the medication, packaging the medication, restocking the automatic machine,
Mhm.
making sure it's running smoothly. Yeah.
So you data entry would be when you use SIG codes, right?
Yeah, so yeah, that data entry is definitely with SID codes, and you'll learn more SID codes once you're in the pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we know the basics, but it's other ones like I think um our pharmacy have other SID codes that we use for certain stuff. So yeah,
And there might be, yeah, it's just going to depend on the pharmacy that you're at. What about math? Would you say you're using any math?
yeah, a lot. But it's not like I want to say it's more of so me trying to figure out how much to dispense.
Yes.
Far as like even with like the albuterol, knowing if it's saying 90, you have a packaging that's 30, but they 3 mLs each. You have to time 3 times 30 to give you 90. So it's
Yes.
like
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad you're explaining that way. Let's see what else. So you're messing with insurance. So are you using anything for A through D, Medicare parts A through
part
D?
A, B, C. Okay, so far as like um Medicaid, I don't really have to really deal with that more so. Because most of the time they have insurance already and they just it's covered or
What
to be
about
honest,
DAW codes? Are you using those?
mm,
Or are they
again,
Yep.
I haven't
Oh, you're not
encountered
doing a
it.
lot of data entry though. Yeah, you're doing more of the dispensing. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't encountered any of that stuff in data because I'm not in data yet. So
Okay. Perfect. So you're still gonna see a lot of that as you move forward in your career there. So that's really exciting. How many technicians are you working with on a regular basis? How many are in your team?
so it's four of us right now. Um so in the morning it's two, and then when I come in it's just me in a pharmacy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many pharmacists? Generally just one at a time?
So it's two. No, it's two pharmacists.
Okay.
Um yeah, it's two pharmacists, and on the weekend it's one pharmacist.
Okay. Awesome.
We have
And
a really busy store. Our store is really busy.
yeah. Yeah. Is it a small space or is it a larger area that you're working in?
The pharmacy,
Mm-hmm.
It's tight.
It is. Yeah, most of them are.
It's tight.
The only larger pharmacies that I've seen are generally like inpatient hospital pharmacies. Those
Mm-hmm.
definitely look a lot larger most of the time. Okay, what advice, Jeannie, after you have taken the class, you have graduated from the Excel Center, taken the KLR course, become a certified pharmacy technician, gone through the whole process to get your license, get a job, and now you've been working in pharmacy for 3 months. What advice would you give to new pharmacy technicians or anyone going through this course?
Just be patient with yourself. Don't expect to know everything. Be very open to suggestions. Be very open to just new information. You're gonna know new information every single day. Don't be closed minded. Be very open minded when it comes to pharmacy. And again, just having patience. Having patience and just working hard, dedicating yourself, and knowing that this is what you want to do. Put your best foot forward. Put
Definitely.
your best foot forward.
Definitely, and that's what you did. You came in and killed it. And I actually told somebody because we have another DC student in one of our classes this term, which was really exciting. And I was like, that person has some big feet to fill because big shoes to fill because you came in and knocked it out for being our first DC student. It was really exciting. And we just really appreciate how hard you worked. I know I didn't get to hang out with you a whole lot. I think you had Mr. Brent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely got to know you a little bit and was watching and following along as you were rocking it out. So, so proud of you and really appreciate you taking the time today to talk with us. I know it's so helpful for other students. And, I know we mentioned right before we started the video, even that you watch these videos as a student.
Yeah.
And it's good to have that insight to see what other people are doing and what is working for other people and what kind of advice do other people have, etc. And so I hope that other students are able to get out of these videos what you got out of them while you were in class. But I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. We are so, so proud of you. Keep killing it. And guys, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and it really helps us to continue to make content for you guys and meet with past students so you guys can get that insight. But
And even after these videos, I still watch these videos. Honestly. Um, so they are very important, very informative. I can honestly say you guys have contribute a enormous amount of just support and everything towards my accomplishments. Like I wouldn't have done it without you guys.
you absolutely could have, but we are so proud that we got to be a part of your journey. And I know I always tell you this, but this video isn't the end. I want you to stay in touch and just always, continue to do what you're doing and don't let us, I don't want to miss like when you get your first promotion and
Yeah,
all of that. So make sure that you're following up with us because I want to continue that. But thank you
absolutely.
so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you next time. Bye.